In this episode, I answered a question from a Texas massage therapist who was struggling with clients not keeping up with care or not starting care at all because it's too expensive and they can't afford it right now. Expect to learn the following: how to change your relationship with money and what it is for, how not to respond when they say it's too much or they can't afford it, how do you respond when they say it's too much or they can't afford it, how to change the client's perception and value of the treatment, and how to charge more than any other provider around you, but still be perceived as the best value. I hope you enjoy the show and learn something new. Back to the Soft Tissue Treatment Revolution podcast, where we teach overworked manual therapists a new treatment system that eliminates the frustration of not getting consistent results so they can help more people get out of chronic pain for good, all while working 50% less and easily doubling their income. If you're new to this show and you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. 𝘏𝘂𝘶𝑗. I am a soft tissue injury treatment expert specifically for neck, shoulder, and sciatica injuries. My focus is on diagnosing and treating adhesion, also known as scar tissue, and reducing inflammation from chronic injuries without the use of drugs, injections, or surgeries, which leads to a significant increase in overall functioning, flexibility, and long-lasting pain relief. So I got a great question from a massage therapist in Texas. His name was John. And just a quick reminder, if you have any specific questions you want me to cover, especially about business, marketing, and sales for your practice, then send me an email. And if I think my insights can help, I'll make an episode for you. All the information to do that is included wherever you're consuming this episode or this video. The question this week was, in the past few weeks, I've had several regular clients stop their treatment plan as they said they can't afford the cost right now. And I had 4 new people reach out and asked about my prices and said it was too expensive for them. I try to keep my prices affordable and on pace with others in my area, but if I go much lower, I'm going to be putting myself in a bad spot. When it happened with my regulars, I found myself getting frustrated and asking them if they truly valued their health, which didn't seem to go too well. I know times are tough for everyone, especially with the cost of everything on the rise, but I'm starting to get concerned that this is going to become a new normal and I might have to close my business and get a regular job, which is the last thing I want to do. Dive into this, and thanks for sending that question in. One of the assumptions I want to make on this episode before we even get started is the question, and just answer it the best you can. Are you really the best around and producing the best results? Answer it honestly. If you aren't, then the problem here is you just need to get better skill sets. But if you are, then how you're being perceived and looked at is the problem that I'm going to try to solve in this episode. So first off is just how to change your relationship with money and what it is for. Money has this bad wrap around it. They always say money is the root of all evil. That's not actually correct. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. But I digress. All money really is just an exchange of energy. People get this money and they build it up and they have this energy, and then they want to give that energy to help get a problem fixed. They exchange money for that. And understanding the idea is price is what they pay, value is what they get. A big thing that we struggle with, especially as manual therapists in doing treatment, is understanding this idea of like project money versus daily budget money. And a lot of times when people come see you for treatment, they take it out of their daily budget money. And daily budget money might be like their house payment, their car payment, their food, their rent, everything like that. And they take it out of that budget. So in order for them to pay for what you do, they have to sacrifice something. Maybe they can't go out to eat a couple times. Maybe they can't go to the grocery store as much. Something, there has to be a sacrifice there. What I try to teach people is understanding we want this to be a project type of money where we're actually solving a problem and fixing that problem. I say it's like, hey, if your AC goes out in your house, you're going to find a way to pay for it. You're going to take out some financing. You're going to put it on a credit card. You're going to do something. If something blows up in your car, you're going to find a way. That's project money. We want an injury to be the same thing because it's so important. Their health is the most important thing in the entire world. So how not to respond when they say it's too much or they can't afford it? Don't ask them if they value their health. It just causes them to completely shut down. And it looks like John kind of messed that up as well. I used to do this all the time. I'd be like, well, if you don't value your health, blah, 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 blah. They're like, screw you. You're just being a jerk. Don't do that. It just puts everybody in a bad situation. They do value their health, but they got a lot of other things going on. And then you reminding of that just going to make it a lot worse. So how would you respond correctly when they do say it's too much or they can't afford it? First thing I like to do is I actually agree with them. Yeah, I go, I totally agree with you. It's the last thing that they would ever expect. A lot of times when people are acting one way, they want to find a way for you to justify, be like, well, it's actually great value and it does this and this. I'm like, I totally agree with you. And then I say, here's why it's expensive. We had a choice to make. We could be like everybody else in the area, that charges a discounted rate. They are overbooked. They're having to see so many clients just to keep the lights on. They can't focus on your care. They can't focus on giving you the best results. We found when we charge accordingly, you get our full focus, our full attention, because a lot of times when you're looking for a cheap solution, the problem is it isn't actually going to fix the problem. There is no such thing as a cheap solution. Just a quick break from the podcast and a quick reminder, we do have some free training courses available that help you on the journey to becoming a solutions provider and getting to the root cause of the issue so you can avoid the frustration of not getting consistent results and help more people get out of pain. Links to that are included in the description of this episode. Now back to the episode. So, how to change the client's perception and value of the treatment? First is focus on providing a solution to the problem, not just a service. I always say there's two types of providers out there. There's people that provide services, and there's people that provide solutions. People will pay more for solutions and to get their problem fixed. But a problem with a lot of manual therapists is they want to kind of do a little bit of everything. They want to do some relaxation, they want to do some recovery, they want to do some injury treatment. They're all over the place. And I always say if you're for everybody, you're for nobody. Next thing that I like to do, and I recommend this to anyone, and I do this in all my clinics, is qualify who you work with and be picky about who you work with and who you take on. What I do is you can only see me if you have a neck, shoulder, or sciatica issue. That's all I work on. Next is you've had to been dealing with the problem for at least 6 months. And the other one is you've had to done care with at least 2 other providers, maybe another chiropractor, physical therapist, massage therapist, acupuncturist, or orthopedic doctor. When I do that, it really helps me understand that this person is looking for a solution. They have a problem that I can fix. It's in my expertise level. They've been dealing with it for a long time, at least 6 months, so their pain level's high. And they've taken action and tried other things. So they have something to compare you to as well. Because if you're the first person they see, they don't really know. And they just go, oh, you're expensive. But when you pitch yourself and you show yourself to be a true solutions provider, it takes it on a whole different level. So the most important part is how to charge more than any other provider around you, but still be perceived as the best value. I said it earlier, price is what they pay, value is what they get. Number one is just become a specialist. I just ran a poll on LinkedIn just to kind of see where people are at. And I'm like, which area of the body do you prefer to treat the most? And so many people were like, all of it. And I was like, I get it. I understand you want to treat the whole body, but this doesn't work in the regular world, especially if you want to focus on solutions and fixing an injury. I always say I learned this from the orthopedic model. Like if you hurt your shoulder and they refer you to an orthopedic specialist, they're not sending you to someone that does the whole body. They're sending you specifically to someone that does that shoulder or the neck or whatever problem you're having. They're a true specialist. At the end of the day, a specialist gets paid 10 times more than a generalist. Next thing is do the treatment better, get better results than anyone else out there. Next is do it faster, do it better, do it faster. The only thing that beats free and cheap is better and faster. Because I always say to people, I'm like, if I can fix a problem in 30 minutes that takes another provider maybe 90 minutes, wouldn't I be 3 times more valuable? Yes, that is the key. Do it better and do it faster. And then also understanding there's 2 types of people out there. There's people who have money versus people who don't. And people that have money tend to not have a lot of time, and people that don't have money tend to have a lot of time. So people that have extra income to spend on things, they would like it if you could do it better, you could do it faster, you could actually fix their problem. And the last thing, and I think this is so important, is have them buy all of their treatments up front, not a discount. You're not selling a package, you're selling a solution and a result. Because at this point, they're in their most pain, their pain levels are the highest, they're most excited, they want to take it through to the end, and they want to see true results. So just to recap all of that, become a specialist, do it better, do it faster, understand, go after people that have less time because they tend to have more money. And lastly, have them buy all their treatments up front. It's better for you, it's better for them. They're willing to pay more because you're solving that problem. It becomes one of those true project things instead of a budget. I got for you guys in the episode. Appreciate you listening or watching. And as I close every episode out each week, go out there and be great this week. The world needs access to your amazing treatments so they can stay the hell away from pain pills, injections, and surgeries, which only make things worse and destroy people's lives. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.